Call the meeting to order at 7:12. This is the regular November 13th Danby Select Board meeting. Please rise and join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Let's see, we have Haynes.
Here.
Abbott.
Here.
Eaton.
Here.
Fuller.
Here.
Bender.
Here. And who do we have in our virtual audience?
So we have Annette Smith, Chris H. and Terry P., Lauren Denver, and Bill Richardson. And that is it.
Okay, the procedure for remote access and public comment at board meetings is that these meetings are open to the public in person and remotely, but are not public meetings per se. Public attendees, both in person and remote participants, who wish to comment on agenda items will be given an opportunity at the beginning of the meeting to do so. As in the past, written communications may also be sent for the board's consideration. Business is conducted and votes are cast only by board members. The chat feature is only to be used by remote participants to alert the host to technical difficulties. It is not for private conversations. To maintain order as well as the efficiency of the meeting, the rules for public participation are: remote attendees will be muted by the online host upon joining the meeting, remaining so unless recognized to speak. Participants should arrive on time and state their name for the record. Those who desire to speak in order to comment or question should use the hand-raising function and will be recognized in the order in which the hands were raised. Remote participants, when recognized, will unmute and clearly identify themselves by first and last name and the area of town in which they reside. Comments and questions are limited to 2 to 3 minutes. Anyone who desires to speak longer than that should arrange to be placed on the agenda beforehand and appear in person at the meeting unless extenuating circumstances happen and the board is contacted. General ground rules are that speakers will not be interrupted. There will be no crosstalk between members of the audience. The speaker will treat the proceedings and other speakers with dignity and respect, addressing the issue and not the personalities. If something is overlooked and needs to be discussed under new business, the floor will be reopened for public comment on that item. Okay, I will entertain a motion to set the agenda. Where did my agenda go? Did you take my agenda?
No.
Oh, here it is. Okay, the only addition I have to the agenda is right underneath motion to accept the minutes. I'd like to have a motion to sign errors and omission certificate updated by the listers. Right underneath motion to adopt the minutes. Anything else anybody wants?
Sandy, did you want time on the agenda or just?
Right under public comment.
Okay, great.
You've got a busy schedule.
We
It's
do.
on your agenda.
I'd like to add equipment rental under road commissioner's report.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Equipment rental under road commissioner's report.
Steve, do we want to deal with road crew or do we want to just take that off for tonight? We didn't get a lot of time to.
Why don't we do an executive session to discuss that and then we can table it if we want to.
Okay.
So when do you want to have the executive session for that?
Right before the road commissioners report,
Okay.
and then if we want to take it off, we can.
Okay. So we're adding the motion to sign errors and omission. We're having an executive session before the road commissioners report. And we're adding equipment rental under road commissioners report.
And I think just for clarification on the executive session, it's over road crew. Just so that people know why
Okay,
we're,
for personnel. Everybody happy with that? Okay, motion to set the agenda, please.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second
Motion's
it.
made and seconded.
Can you please repeat who?
Yes, the motion is made by Mr. Haynes and seconded by Mr. Fuller. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Now we'll open the floor to public comment. Sandy, you had something?
Oh, I just wanted to introduce myself as a representative. I haven't been here, hadn't gotten here yet, busy summer, and I ran into Tom right before the October meeting, and he said, don't come to the October meeting. I was planning to come to the October meeting, so I finally got here, so I just wanted to put my name to my face to your name, your faces, so you would know who I am going forward, and if you had any concerns or any things that you would like addressed in Montpelier, just so let me know. I'll do my best.
do you think we could ask her a question on the Executive Order 625?
Sure.
Do you feel comfortable, on that, or
On the what?
on, Executive Order 6, the promoting of it's 6-25, promoting housing construction and rehabilitation?
I can
Is that
try.
anything you could,
I can
or,
try to help, I mean, I can try to answer what questions I know.
I guess I know nothing about it, and that's why I see it on our agenda, and I didn't know if somebody was gonna, or if it was,
We have a paper on it. It's basically about funding being available
Through the CHIP program.
and how it's basically prohibited in floodplain areas.
Correct, at this time, depending on what tier it is. And I don't understand all of the different tiers. I know there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. It's all new to us as well. It came out right at the end of the session. I know they're just pushing a lot of housing, so they're trying to make it more practical and more reasonable. I know Manchester's got a project that's looking at being in the floodplain, so they're making some alterations for that. But other than that, I really don't have anything at this point.
our small town's gonna get hurt worse than,
I don't think so. I think they really want it in more rural areas than, I think I think that's Governor Scott's ambition, is not just to give it to larger monopolists. I think the smaller towns is what he's really looking for. That's my opinion. I don't think it's limited to anybody.
And would you like to give your contact information for our viewers at home?
Oh, sure. My legislative email is spinsonalt, and that's SPINSONAULT, just like it sounds, at ledge.state.vt.us. .vt.state.us. Sorry, wrong order.
Ledge.state.
No, ledge.vt.state.us. And my cell phone, I guess I could put it on.
If you want to.
yeah, I mean, your email's good with
My
that.
email's good, and I also have a personal email, which is my name, sandra.pinsonalt@gmail. So either one of those work, I check them daily.
I'll leave your statement.
Okay.
I'm not trying to help.
Okay. Did any of the public have questions for Sandy, Tracy?
Oh, no, I just have a question about the school,
For me?
not for you.
Oh,
Okay, so,
Are you done,
Yeah, I just wanted to do an introduction and see if there was anything I could help out with.
Okay,
well, we appreciate you coming in and
thank you.
Thank you, I'm sorry it took me so long to get here. I'm really honored to be serving Danby, Dorset, Mount Tabor, Peru, and Land Grove. It's an eye-opener, and I'm hoping I'm making some leeway in my voice is being heard. I don't always side with everything that's being done, but I'm there and I'm listening and giving my opinion and for what's good for my constituents here and not necessarily what's good for the state of Vermont. I'm more concerned about what's happening right here in my area.
well, I think everyone's happy to see that there's a face with the name, like you said, and that you are very accessible. I think that's one thing that everybody, would be encouraged by, is the fact that you do reach back out to everybody on items. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's really all I have.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Cindy.
And I'll sneak out when it's.
And Tracy, you have a question or comment?
Yeah. Who owns the school and the school building? Is it the town or is it some other entity or?
I missed
Who
the
owns the
beginning.
school? She wants to-
Who owns the
in
school? At this point, Taconic Green owns the school. And the deal is, when they took it, that if it closed, the town of Danby would have the first option to buy it from them for $1. You're welcome. Anything else?
Do we have anybody online who has any questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead, Annette.
This is Annette Smith. I'm not sure if you're aware, but after the town lost its Zoom account, there were short meetings, and you had to have a passcode to join the meeting. When you set up Zoom, you can set it up either to have a passcode or a waiting room, and whoever did it before must have just had the waiting room. So now every meeting, not only for the select board, but also the planning commission, requires a passcode. Who is responsible for the Zoom account, and who's responsible for the select board agenda?
So I can speak to that. This is Matt Bluen. So Dree has been helping with setting up the meetings. So I believe she actually did the setup again, right? You didn't do anything? Okay, so to my knowledge, Dree has done that work for us. I do recall a conversation going back and forth that something had changed when the account was reactivated and it required the passcode. She had thought it had to do with the security feature that Zoom had added, but I hadn't heard anything after that communication.
I have a Zoom account for my organization, and when I set up a meeting, I can choose one or the other. Well, whichever it is, if there's going to be a passcode required, that needs to be on the agenda. Because the only people who can get into this meeting are people who know they contacted Drea, that you have to go back from the old meeting email to get the agenda with the passcode in it, because nobody's printing it now. So there are maybe more people who are trying to get into this remote meeting who are not able to. And so the agenda doesn't give the passcode. So I think preferably it would be good to just have a waiting room and not require the passcode. But if you're going to require the passcode, then please put it on the agenda. And it would have been nice to see you all. I'm still holding out hope that maybe one day we will get video again. Thank you, that's my comment.
I guess the agenda online was different than the agenda that I have in my hand.
No, but she's saying that when you go to, so what's up with that 813 28511750. That's just
That's just
the number of the meeting.
Yeah,
So then you're saying you need a passcode.
Correct.
For this meeting is capital Y, capital N, small c, 5, capital S, 5.
That's what I had to put in, and then it's
And will
still,
that stay the same forever, or does it change at meeting to meeting?
that's the old one, and it still works today.
Okay, so would you repeat that, please?
It's capital Y, capital N as in Nancy, small c, 5, capital 5, capital S, and 5.
F or S?
S as in Sam, capital S.
5S,
Let me repeat the whole thing. Capital Y,
Over to you, Brad.
capital N as in Nancy, small c, 5, capital S, 5.
got it. Okay, we'll include that in that. You're welcome.
Anybody else online have any questions? I actually had 2 questions. The first is, and this is Matt Lewin, the first is back in the August Select Board meeting, there was a discussion about doing an audit. And this was before Caitlin got the treasurer position. So that's for the Select Board. The second question I have, which is more general, probably for Caitlin, is I haven't heard anything addressed as far as the AP accounts being caught up. So if you can comment on that when you get there, it would be appreciated.
And as far as the audit, we were told by Sullivan and Powers that until everything was weeded out and put in a logical order, they couldn't do anything, and we're still working on that.
Okay.
We've had Nimric coming and helping Caitlin a lot, and right now, they're just getting through all of the bank accounts. So there's still a lot of other work that's gotta be reconciled once they make sure the money is right for the bank accounts. They still have to go through and sort a lot.
I guess do we feel we're gonna be able to do an audit before March of?
It would be very tight, but I wouldn't hold out hope for it.
But we should try to have some form of
Yeah.
timeline and end so we can try to move forward too, and not just have it keep going.
Yeah, kick the can down the road for 3 years.
No, I don't think the can is being kicked down the road. It's just a question of the Nimerick person only being available on a limited basis, which is
She's averaging right now like once every 2 weeks.
once every 2 weeks. And some of these problems take a lot of research to get to the bottom of and find out where was it entered, because it either wasn't entered at all or it wasn't entered where it should be.
No, I appreciate it. I know it's a rather big hole.
It's a big mess, and I would say we're about 70% there.
That's more of a Darlene question, I think, but yeah, I think she's got a good chunk of it done. She's been doing all the stuff kind of in the background while I keep the day-to-day stuff going. And as of yesterday, she was working on September of this year for the bank reconciliation, so she's making a lot of progress. I just don't know what else aside from reconciling the bank statements that she has to figure out.
It's like
I can touch base with her and see if she has an idea or a timeline in mind that we could kind of start with at least.
It's like working on an old building. You think you can scrape the paint off and then you find the wood is totally rotten underneath.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that it for public? Okay, thank you all. I'll take a motion to adopt the minutes of the Select Board meeting of September 11th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Steve Haynes,
I'll second it.
seconded by Greg Heaton. Discussion, corrections? Not hearing any. All those in favor of adopting the minutes of September 11th, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I will take a motion to sign the errors and omissions certificate that was updated by the listers.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Tom Fuller. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And it's seconded by Steve Haynes. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, I'll pass this around. The select board members are signing in the right-hand column. Let's keep that in the folder. We did have a letter of interest for the auditor position from Tara Goodell. And she said that she would like to be considered for the open position.
I'll make the motion, we appoint Tara Goodell.
Motion is made by Steve Haynes. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Just
Seconded
by Ken Abbott. Is there any discussion?
So we had asked for that, and this was the deadline for. Yep.
And Tara works for Berkshire Bank, so I think she's well qualified.
Once again, it's not an overwhelming amount of candidates.
No, there is not. Okay, all those in favor of appointing Tara Goodell to the unexpired term of auditor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, congratulations, Tara, if you're listening or watching from home. And then we have appointing a health officer. And
Ann Davis.
yeah. So, she's been doing it quite nicely for a number of years now.
And she asked to stay on.
As far as I know, I did not talk to her personally. Is there a second?
Who made the motion?
Tom Fuller.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I'll second it.
Did you make the motion?
No, I was using the name Ann Davis as a thing, but I'll go with the motion.
Okay. Okay, so we have it by Tom Fuller, seconded by Steve Haynes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, congratulations once again, Ann. And we need to appoint a member to the Rutland Emergency the Rutland Rutland County Emergency Management. And we have had Tom O'Brien and Shelley Taylor, and they both said yes.
No, Tom Johnson.
Or Tom Johnson, what did I say?
Tom O'Brien.
Tom.
He moved a few 30 years ago.
Okay, motion for those two people?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Appoint
Made-
Tom Johnson and Shelley.
Made by Greg Heaton, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Tom Fuller. All those in favor of Tom and Shelley, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, congratulations to you two, and thank you for doing that. And then we have a tax sale coming up on the 25th of November, and we need to appoint a select board member to bid for the town if no one else bids.
Did you want to do it?
Sure.
I make the motion that Brad Bender is our representative.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion to appoint Brad Bender made by Tom Fuller, seconded by Steve Haynes. Any other nominations? Not hearing any. All those in favor of Brad Bender, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And so I will have that honor. And then we have the treasurer's report.
Alright, so, as we kind of had already said, we're still catching up stuff to address Matt's comment. We have caught up all of the AP that I'm aware of. I haven't seen any like lingering in that still have late fees or anything, so as far as accounts payable, I believe we're caught up. Still reconciling bank statements and comparing the credit card from the previous treasurer. I believe that Darlene from Nimerick has gotten through most of that, but I will talk to her about the timeline of a possible audit and where we're at percentage-wise or how much more we have to clean up. Today was tax day. We've had about 83% of our taxes paid as of today. There is still $668,540 to collect. And Marvin Gates, who is one of the listers, he has come on as our assistant treasurer, so he's been working with me to enter the tax payments, and he'll be here kind of just as needed. So you might see him in the office if I'm not here. That's kind of all I got.
Now, does Marvin have any knowledge of the Nimerick system?
A little bit, yeah. From working with the listers, he's a little bit familiar. He also comes from like billing. He used to work at the
Well,
hospital.
the problem is with Nimerick, it has nothing to do with anything in the real world, so that's why I was
Right.
wondering if it...
And he's been doing fine so far. I'm gonna teach him how to do payroll just in case I'm not here. And accounts payable if need be. So
Nice.
we'll work on that once he comes back from
In-
his hiatus.
How are you feeling with the Nimerick system now?
Okay, I'm comfortable with AP and payroll and taking tax payments, because when Darlene does come once every couple weeks, she's doing kind of background work. I haven't actually had a lot of time to sit down and train with her on everything else, so I'm hoping now that tax season is pretty much coming to a close, we'll be doing end of the year stuff, and budget stuff, but I'm hoping now when she comes, she can actually kind of sit down and teach me more things. But, I think my biggest thing is just knowing where to go to print certain reports, like how we were talking about earlier, trying to find a certain account and what's paid to it, just those little kind of things. But the bigger picture of things, I'm pretty comfortable with Nimerick. We're getting there. There's still a lot of things that I don't know, so I appreciate everybody's patience and grace.
Marvin is one of those people that enjoys IT work.
Right.
And he has a background with billing and stuff. He used to work at,
I think Marvin's a great
A
assistant
manager.
treasurer. No,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
very
been great
happy.
so far. I've only had 27 hours with him, but he's been great.
Thanks for putting some time and trying to help us work through it. I mean,
Any other comments or questions for Caitlin? Okay, then we will move on to the Chamber Economic Development presentation, and we have Olivia here for that.
My coworker, Caitlin Gates, got a little lost. She's about 10 minutes away. This is probably not a request you get often. Can you move me down on the list?
Can we what?
Put her down the list.
Probably,
Would that be okay, so that she can be here for it as well?
yeah,
Okay, she's like 10 minutes away.
okay.
Thank you.
So we'll set that aside. And then we have this executive order 0625, promoting housing construction and rehabilitation and supporting specific types of housing projects. The bullets are current wetland rules still apply. Rulemaking starts this October. Changes apply only to certain areas. Only residential housing projects are eligible. And there is a website called Wetlands 2023 Vermont Wetlands Rules, if anyone wants to explore that in greater detail.
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
The website for it is 2025 Vermont Wetlands Rules.
6:25.
Turn it off or something, turn it down.
No, I'm just wondering why it's, the website's wetlands.
Anybody else wanna look at that? Okay. Next we have a transfer station report. How are we progressing there, Steve?
I have some rough numbers of what it would cost. We haven't had another meeting yet. Personally, I think with the closing of the school, we ought to consider moving it down there and not to the Four Corners. But like I said, we haven't had a meeting on it yet. Because down the school, at least there's already a driveway in place that we could put a dumpster on each side of it and have the people do that teardrop. It's just my opinion.
What's the time frame on the school's closing?
June 1st, I believe. Or end of June, sorry, end of the school year.
So it's June of 2026.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I've heard things like they have 5 years to actually vacate, but I don't know if that's true or that's rumor or...
Is all that set in stone, Sandy?
I know to close the school set in stone, but when they vacate and all that kind of stuff, I have no idea. I know they're planning on September, the kids are gonna go to Dorset, but I haven't heard anything further than the plans for that.
I have no problem email that lady again, ask her too. I think it's it'd be nice for the town to have some
Well,
information
that's
what their
it.
plans
We
are,
have to
so.
plan, and this also can very much impact our budget. So we need this information
Yeah.
sooner rather than later.
If this gets dropped in our lap in July,
Yeah, I mean, you know,
yeah, this is something we gotta know now.
And you're saying because we'll have a building to maintain?
right,
Yeah.
Oh,
or sell or whatever, I mean.
There's a lot of,
But we have that down a little farther on the agenda. So, we discussed something in executive session about the transfer station. Do you, have any updates on that? At our last meeting, you had an idea about, keeping it where it is.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Okay,
Still discussing it, but
so it's still
I'm
based.
turning the screws.
I
but it's
wasn't
not
even there and I
going
know.
in- It's going into concrete.
Option. Okay, well, since we don't have any hard facts to discuss, we'll move on, and I guess the next thing you wanna have is an executive session for personnel.
Is your coworker really close?
I don't know.
Probably in South Wallingford where there's no reception.
She was in Wallingford when she let me know, and she said it would be like 15 minutes. That was 7:40, so another 7 minutes.
Okay, well, let's have our executive session.
7:56 return.
Yes, and I will entertain a motion to table the appointment of a road crew worker.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion is made by Steve Haynes, seconded by Greg Heaton. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that carried. Shall we interrupt our
Yeah.
proceedings?
girls-
And we'll have your presentation.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for being flexible with us. I apologize.
So my name is Olivia Buxbaum. I'm here from the Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland Region. I'm the Communications and Marketing Manager, and I oversee the Real Rutland program. With me.
I am Caitlin. I am the concierge coordinator for the Real Rutland program. I am your first point of contact for folks. Often they come directly to the chamber, but if they come to the state of Vermont and are looking at the Rutland region, the greater Rutland County area, I am their first port of call. We've had a few people relocate to Danby through that area. Most of the folks actually have been in the medical field, which is awesome. We have one other a volunteer that lives in Danby that is also in the medical field. Is one of our concierge volunteers. We also have about 40 volunteers countywide that I will connect these folks with as they come through the program. If they're interested in asking maybe questions they're not quite comfortable asking me as a representative of the Chamber of Commerce, they connect with the volunteers in the area, and it's kind of the first friend. But yeah.
Is everyone familiar with the Real Rutland program? Because we can give a complete overview or a refresher of that.
No, I think last year's, I was a good presentation. I remember it unless anyone else.
Very good.
Do you have any questions?
You didn't bring any statistics this year.
Well, Caitlin just told you some of the numbers, and we do have folders that, if it's okay, we can pass
sure.
them out.
Thank you.
Don't trip.
You can pass one. Oh, thank you. So I don't disconnect all of it.
One more here. There.
As far as statistics go, I think since 2021, just a grand overview, we've had 133 households relocate to Rutland County. Are there specific statistics you were hoping for?
Yeah. Now, are we on the increase or the decrease in, because you gave us a from 2021 number. So, like, from 2024 to 25, or 25 to, well, I guess we're in 25. Have we been seeing an increase or a decrease, or has it been staying the same?
It's been pretty steady. We had a big increase, I think it was petering off in 2021 from that COVID era relocation, but usually we have at least one family per month relocating to the area. It looks like the last three or 4 years have been about 17 to 20 families per year.
Now, do you guys keep track of when a family relocates here, or you do individuals, couples, and families, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And what is the retainage rate?
It's been pretty good. I haven't checked in the last few months, but that's on my agenda for January. I usually check in with everyone, see where they're at, see what they're doing, see how
Right.
they're doing.
The majority of people do stay. I would say those who do relocate away are usually moving away because they have a sick family member, have to go back home. For reasons like that, it's not because they don't like the area, they weren't welcome, they couldn't find jobs. It's really familial reasons why they leave.
And I think that the vast majority of the address changes we've seen in the folks coming into the program are someone who, let's say, moved from Texas, rented for 6 months to a year, and then bought a house still within the same county. Which is kind of cool to see that evolution as well.
Comes my neighbor, he's trying to ring me still.
Oh, man.
You relocated here 6 years ago.
Sorry, Tom.
I'm usually the one with those smart ass comments.
I guess my only question is too, you know, you guys, are you looking to do different things to increase it, or how are you adjusting? I mean, obviously, you know, the economy changes and different things change, so like you guys are trying to assume adapt to that and trying to.
Yeah, so one thing that you guys talked about earlier was the CHIP housing. We are an economic development corporation as well, so we're helping and trying to figure out housing because that's the biggest complaint when people are trying to relocate here. And also help people who want to either start their own business or be part of other businesses, so connecting people with employers. As far as programming wise, we have found things that haven't really been working. We did the weekend getaway, which was a lot of time, a lot of money. We had one successful family out of about 20 relocate to the area, which we're happy for them, but we wanted higher numbers. So we have taken that money that we were putting towards that, and we're now investing it throughout the county. So Crispin White is our membership and events coordinator or manager, and he's going out, he's starting with member businesses and saying, hey, we would like to buy gift cards from you to give to people who relocate here. So then the money just goes straight back to the businesses, gives people a little incentive to go out to dinner, and if they have a $50 gift card, they'll probably spend more than that at the restaurant, so then the restaurant gets even more. And if there are businesses that he should visit here in Danby, please let him know, because he's absolutely looking to spread that across everywhere.
Like I said, we do have one.
Sorry.
We do have one concierge volunteer in Danby. We'd love to have more, so if that's something you're interested in, or you know someone who would be a wonderful point of contact for folks looking to move to the area, please let me know. My contact info is in those folders. And I always love to have more of a base.
Who is our Danby person?
Heidi Vasquez Garcia, I think,
Okay.
is our Danby person that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, any other questions? We have some pretty heavy duty things still to do.
Lyle didn't want to come down tonight.
Lyle has been appointed by the governor to be the commissioner for the economic development department.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, I know. Yes, so he's no longer with us. We're sad, but so happy for him. And I think it'll be a big positive for Rutland County, having him represent us up there.
Nice.
Yeah, that should be.
He wasn't trying to ghost you guys and blow you off. I do know that I need to submit a letter to you all to be on the ballot along with our annual report and town report, so I will send that your way. We typically ask for $1 per person. I know in the past you've bumped that up to about $1,300, so I will send that.
Yeah, if you could get that by the middle of January.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Caitlin, I think we have paid that stormwater.
Yes, I just paid it.
Right. So that's done with. Tom, on the road salt quotes, did you
Well,
have them?
Steve got 3 quotes, and I'm assuming that these are the state contract prices too. Are they, or are we better than them this year?
I believe the Cargill is a state contract pricing.
Yeah. Well, we have from Appalachia, Cargill, and Morton pricing. We would like to just stay with Appalachia and Cargill because our concern with the Morton salt being uncovered, that we're gonna be buying a lot of water. So that the price doesn't actually adequately represent what the real number is gonna be. So the Cargill price is $98.75 and the Appalachia price is $102.50. So I'll make the motion that we use the Cargill and Appalachia suppliers for and I'll let Steve make up obviously I would use the $80 a load cheaper.
We'll use the majority of it from Cargill, but I would still like to continue to get some from Appalachia because it's good to have two vendors and they've been a really good company to work with.
Yeah, and I'll elaborate more than what Steve had brought up, and we have in the past, because we have been shut off or put on limitations from Cargill in the past, and Appalachia has come through in a pinch for us. So we like keeping the two vendors.
Yeah.
How
are those prices from last year? How much have they increased?
I think they're up close to 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna drop the salt usage by 10%. Just in the
village.
Okay, so there's a motion by Tom,
I'll second it.
seconded by Steve Haynes, to go with Cargill and Appalachia for road salt. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
And, we've been asked to email the signed contract back to Cargill because they didn't want to wait for it to come in the mail. They asked if we could scan it and email it.
Do you want to sign that, or do you want me to?
You can sign it. It was voted on by the board, that's your...
Okay, next we had a notice about the ERAF rating, and we have gone up to 12.5% for state matches from 7.5%.
Okay, and what is ERAF again?
Emergency Relief Assistant Fund.
Oh, good, in an emergency, we'll
get a little bit more money.
All right.
Okay, that's like an info moment for you. The highway map has been updated. Doesn't really require any action.
And it's the Danby Highway map. And did anyone look at it?
I did look at it.
And you're happy with it?
I guess Janice kept the other two copies, so I was gonna put this...
Steve, did you look at it?
I've looked at it. I didn't see where anything was majorly wrong with it.
I was gonna put this up on the wall over there.
Okay.
And then we've got bridge number 7. I'm gonna let you lead the discussion on that.
Well, the discussion is, what are we on the hook for with these guys? I mean,
Well, it's a $100,000 project, basically.
No. It's a lot more than $100,000, this bridge project. And that's the thing is, I haven't seen the,
Way a lot more than that.
yeah, no, it's a couple $3 million project.
Oh,
So that's.
it went, did it go up $100,000 because of some other things they tacked on there?
Well, the main part changed, they went from the rebuild to the whole bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
We went from just a
Well,
retop.
I think everybody, all the towns, because these are big projects and, they're costing us a lot of money. It's not like the state's funding it all, so, that's why I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of it as far as the taxpayers, what we are on the hook for here. So, scope services, witness. That all costs of the project except those which are non-participating shall be paid with 80% federal funds, 15% state funds, and 5% municipal funds. So it's an 80-15-5 breakdown on the, now the thing is, there should be engineer's estimates here. I don't know if anyone saw any of what the project is expected to cost. But they're looking for a DocuSign signature, or are you looking for the?
I asked, all he sent was that draft, and I asked him for a clean hard copy to sign, which has not come.
Do you want to read them the breakdown of this, or I mean, the 80-15-5 is basically the meat and potatoes of it. The actual project itself is the new bridge number 7, which is the first bridge when you head up the Brook Road.
Past Easy Street.
Past Easy Street, I'm sorry, yeah. And I was looking to see if they gave us the engineer's estimates in here with all this crap that.
I thought the last time we discussed this, our share was 500,000.
Well, the problem is it's not a guaranteed number, because the last time they were here was a couple years ago, and I had brought the point up that bridge costs were going like this at that time. And so what were $1 million projects were $1.5 million, and I didn't know if they had current engineers' estimates, because the problem is with the redesign and the, what costing has been lately on bridge projects, or on most projects, that this is just the plans. But yeah, they didn't give us any engine. So I guess
Probably want to see some.
the only problem I see with we're signing is, we're signing a blank check.
Not signing anything at this point.
We probably need to request, we have to provide us some kind of idea, because I know we went from that redecking.
Right,
Full
to
bridge,
a
we went from
complete
2.5%, I
replacement.
think to 5%.
Right.
They gave, like I said, that was a while ago.
All right, we gotta have a number if we're gonna put our name on it.
Right.
Or something to hold them to.
Well, I think we do need to get it back to them, but I guess my question is, do we want to just, I don't want to sign a blank check, but I don't want to keep holding this project up on them.
Did I date that? Yeah, I was in touch and I asked them for a real copy.
Well, my concern is in that stack of 300
there's
pages,
no
there may be actually an engineer's estimate
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna have everybody sit here and watch
Right,
me
no.
go through 300 pages to find it. But I think generally everybody besides the board, I think everybody in town would like to know what we're on the hook for that bridge.
So I'll make the motion that we table that until we have numbers.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
Kenny did.
Abbott.
So, which one of, who's gonna reach out?
You gonna reach out to him, Brad, and find out?
I think it's more your department.
Okay. That'll get done about mid-February.
We can send a reminder to you.
You can remind me all you want, but I'm busy. All right, what do you got for equipment, Steve?
Does this pass unanimously?
Oh, yeah, we've got it, made and seconded. All those in favor of tabling?
Aye.
Passes unanimously.
So as far as equipment goes, I would like to rent an excavator with mulching head to start working on some of these roads, just especially seeing as how there's only two of us, that would be a lot more convenient to use a machine to do the work rather than manual labor.
What's the best time of year to do that?
Well, the best time of year would either be late fall or early spring.
Right. I know most of the places when they do it, it's nice to have it green in because it looks kind of ugly after you go through with the mulching heads. And if it's in the spring, it covers up the scarring real quick.
Yes. But you don't want to wait too long because then everything starts growing up and you can't see rocks.
Right. Yeah, no, but, did you,
I have a couple prices from Milton Caterpillar on different size machines. I haven't priced a lot of people just because I wanted to see how the rest of the board felt about doing this.
now, this is on a rubber tired machine.
I have a price for a tracked machine and a rubber tired machine. The rubber tired machine's quite a bit more and it's a lot bigger machine.
Now, the rubber tired machine, though, you can get around pretty quick. You could.
Right, you
compare
could
to-
drive it from point A to point B rather than loading it on the trailer and moving it, but once you get to where you're gonna work it, I would expect to start at one end of a road and work to the other end of it and back, not jump from place to place. And there's quite a bit of difference in price for a machine the size of what the town has with a mulching head would be $7,100 a month. And for the rubber tired, which would be a 140 size machine, was $12,000 for the month.
And these both are with the mulching head.
And these are with the mulching head because it's, the excavator, the size of ours is $3,900 a month. And then the mulching head for that is $3,200 a month. And for the rubber tired machine or a tracked machine at the 150 size, it's $5,500 a month for the machine and $6,500 a month for the head.
And now the rubber tired machine is, the bigger machine is gonna be more expensive, where you're gonna be able to do quite a bit more quicker. So in that same amount of time, the size difference may set off the amount of work that you can get done in a month of time.
Yes. And if we are to go this route, I would plan on Larry and I staggering work days so that we would get the full 40 hours a week out of a machine. Because that seems to be the one thing the rental guy was saying, that a lot of people in a week's time have a hard time getting 40 hours, or in a month's time have a hard time getting 160 hours because they're either the day's not long enough or conflicting projects, to where what I would do is Monday through Wednesday, Larry'd run it, and then Thursday, Friday, I would run it. That way we're running 5 10-hour days instead of 4 10s.
So right now, we would be thinking of April?
March or April.
I guess my only concern with March is how many snowstorms we get and how many week, if we lose a week because we get a ton of snow in March, they're not giving us the week back.
We can figure month of April or middle of April to the middle of May.
Right. Yeah, I
wouldn't wanna
mean,
go much later than the middle of May because everything's gonna be growing too fast.
well, I would think that you're gonna get a lot of complaints with how ugly the areas look that I mean, you guys do some, don't you? Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah. And, it's a high, people don't understand it will kind of grow in real quick and not leave looks like a bomb went off as you go through.
Well, and still there is, when you're good at doing it, also makes it a little better. There is a good way to do it, and, there's ways to make it a little more attractive too.
Right.
Well, Timoth did it a couple years ago.
But the conditions
And
matter too,
they're-
the rocks. If it's real rocky, you're gonna have a hard time making it look really nice.
Now, so you're envisioning being able to get a lot of your branches that,
I would like to get a lot of the branches that are difficult to reach and a lot of the undergrowth that we can get with it.
trying to think of what towns actually have them.
Well, the
Wallingford has one on their excavator.
Who does?
Wallingford. They have a 307 and a 307.5 with a mulching head. The only downfall to theirs is they've got a bigger mulching head than the machine should have on it. So when you start reaching with it, it's jerky. That's the only town I know of that has one of their own.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need an answer.
No, I don't need an answer tonight, but I wanted to get this started so that we can all be thinking about it and at least have an idea of what's
Yep.
to look at or why I'm looking at.
No, I think everyone would be happy if we could snap our fingers and get a lot of our brush cutting done. But hopefully we could do it in a month.
Well, I mean, a month of machine's still gonna put us a lot further ahead than if we didn't have a machine and we're trying to do it with
Right.
the crew.
It's just you gotta make that commitment to stay right with it.
But if we're doing it in that time period,
And I would assume all the new machines have the controls that go either way, John Deere or Cat. Because you guys,
If not, it's gonna be a fight.
3 weeks learning.
No, it won't take 3 weeks.
Did the dealer tell you, give you a timeline when you kind of have to demand or ask for this machine?
If we're gonna go with the rubber tired machine, I need to reserve it sooner than later because they've only got 2, I believe, rubber tired machines.
What size is that rubber tired?
It was either a 314 or 315. One was rubber tired, one was tracked. I don't remember which was which.
314 would be the rubber tire. All right.
Any old business? Don't have any. For new business, I put down, not for us to discuss, but I think it would be appropriate for the planning commission to look into, what the town might do with the school property. And, give us recommendations.
No, I think
Sounds
so,
like a
because
logical-
I think it is, because that's a big deal for the town. I mean, it's a
Huge.
there's a lot of, I think it's a good idea.
So, the vote that we did meant nothing.
Nothing.
So
They
we,
had to do that. They had to vote that by the Taconic Green rules, I believe, whatever you call it. They're,
Which is why it was non-binding.
they have to do that vote.
all right.
So it's done and over now.
So I'll refer that to the planning commission.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
There's a second by Steve Haynes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.